go. Wow!
Thomasland at Drayton Manor is where Thomas really comes alive. It's the exciting new home for Thomas and friends and Europe's only Thomasland. Total family entertainment for Thomas fans everywhere. It's full steam ahead to Thomasland, only at Drayton Manor. Share the magic of Sodor.
Get great results all around your home when you try new Sillit Bang Multi-Power.
It was so quick and easy. Look how it cleans this toothpaste and my makeup stains. What a shine. And a new fresh smell. For taps clogged with limescale, look, it's amazing. Clean as a whistle. It also works in the kitchen and gets rid of cooking spills with so little effort.
For great results all around your home, try it now. Sillit Bang Grime and Lime Multi-Power. Bang and the dirt is gone. And no more tedious scrubbing with Sillit Bang Grease and Floor, the new all-purpose cleaner that gives great results on large surfaces and even when used neat. Sillit Bang Grease and Floor. Bang and the dirt is gone.
Flora is committed to making the nation's hearts healthier. That's why we're helping your kids learn to cook healthy food in the classroom. Just collect tokens on special packs and get free cooking equipment for primary schools. Flora, love your heart.
Huggable, snuggable skin. Imperial leather.
The Mummy returns Saturday 4:45 ITV1.
Brian Blessed's a hard man to please in the kitchen. He's got the Daily Cooks on their toes for their challenge at 3 this afternoon. First, though, Catherine Tate joins Eamon and Ruth on This Morning.
Hey, Mama, your bolognese smells extra tasty tonight.
It is, Papa.
Extra tasty. Extra, extra. Extra, extra. Read all about it.
Well, here we are at Wednesday, and what have we got for you today? Well, today we've got Britain's best comedian.
Yes, we've got stockings fit for a queen.
Yeah, and a lord who's actually selling his life, and that includes his title, so you can get in on the act in that. Now, who said maths was boring?
Me.
Catherine Tate.
Because it is.
Just imponderable. Catherine Tate's new role as a lusty teacher on stage in London's West End had one reviewer saying the following. He said she was deploying her magnificent bust like a weapon of mass distraction. I've heard worse reviews, Catherine.
So have I. I don't read reviews, but that was all right.
OK.
I think it was a compliment.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. She'll be deploying them again, maybe for us during the
You
chat,
hope.
very, very shortly. And again, maybe not. Maybe not.
Now then, how do you fancy being a lord? Lord Holmes.
Do you know what? That has a ring
got
to
a
it,
ring
I have
to
to
it.
say.
Well, actually, you wouldn't be
and
Lord
I say that in a
Holmes.
modest, humble way.
Of course you do. Well, you could be, you see, because Lord David Piper of Worley, he's not only putting up all his
Lord Heenan
belongings
of
for
Worley.
sale, his whole,
Does have a ring.
all his life, but he's also putting up his title for sale.
yeah,
So you
well.
could be Lord Worley.
What made him offer everything up to the highest bidder, 11.35, talking to the Lord? He mightn't be a Lord for long, of course.
Plus 4-course meals at a £5 million Caribbean villa and a private gig from Rolling Stone Mick Jagger. Can only be the latest news from the Royals, really, can't it? Royal correspondent Camilla Tominey is with us this morning with more on Wills and Kate's romantic holiday and how Fergie and Andrew's kids have described them as the world's happiest unmarried couple. Good morning, Camilla.
Morning, guys. Yes, I mean, obviously we know about Andrew and Fergie's continuing relationship. They're now living under the same roof, so we'll be talking about that. And also, yes, Kate and Wills in Mustique, living it up with Mick Jagger.
The high life.
Indeed.
And of course there'll be rumours of the whole engagement thing.
Again, yes, exactly.
OK.
And also this morning, if you're having a bad hair day, forgive me if I'm having a bad hair day today, because I couldn't actually, at one stage I thought I was going to be able to wash my hair this morning.
Why?
Because this morning when I went into the bathroom and we had an infestation of locusts, we had a plague.
It's a grasshopper.
We had a plague of locusts all over the bathroom. And this is probably because somebody leaves the window open at night and the light's on.
Who could that? It was a tiny little grasshopper baby one at that.
It was an alien thing. It was green and
you didn't kill him when I wasn't looking, did you?
I had to flee the house. The pests controllers will be up this afternoon. Anyway, bad hair days we're talking about, or your makeup's a mess, or you're young and you just sort of don't know how to do it. Well, our experts, Matthew Subroy and Carolyn Fraser, ready to help sort you out this morning in the This Morning salon.
Yeah, so who needs your help today, Matthew?
Good morning. Yes, we've got lots going on. We've got sort of young mums, complete changes, colours, hair's coming away, and then we've got great tips on sort of both young and both old. So, Carolyn.
Well, we've got two teenage girls in today, and we're going to show you on Amber how to hide imperfections. If you've got any little spots or imperfections, we'll show you how to hide those. And on Jade, we're going to show you colour on eyes, looking great and looking natural and fresh and young still, but using lots of nice coloured eyeliner.
Excellent.
Lovely. See, you don't want them to look too made up, teenagers, but you've got to let them kind of play with makeup, haven't you, at a certain age.
Yes, and discover how not to have that orange line that stops
there
and it goes white.
It'll all be sorted out this morning. And also, don't forget, if you've got a question for Matthew or Caroline that you want help with your hair or your makeup, you need your own masterclass, and email us on thismorning@itv.com.
With news of diabetes causing 26,000 deaths a year, new hope for breast cancer victims, very much in the news today. We go to Dr. Chris for the facts behind the health headlines. Good morning, good doctor.
Good morning. Yes, indeed. Headlines today: breakthrough new treatment for breast cancer. Also, reports that GPs are dishing out happy pills for women with premenstrual syndrome. Now, if you suffer from premenstrual syndrome, stay tuned, because I'll be telling you about some natural, safe, effective treatments for that condition.
What? Right. 11:05. I'll be tuned in for that.
You wouldn't be mocking if you suffered from it, believe me.
Oh, men do. Men have these cycles as well. Men very much suffer from this.
Yeah.
All that plus the Wonder Woman, Sarah Satlin. She's transforming the lives of Russia's orphans.
Because the institutional system don't have enough staff to care for these children on a one-to-one basis, so these children had no sense of identity. They weren't important to anybody. They weren't the centre of anybody's universe anywhere.
Well, they are now, because more from Wonder Woman Sarah Sattleton at 11:45 this morning. Make sure you don't miss a thing. Here is Wednesday's lineup on your Summer This Morning. Now then, Catherine Tate, with her multi-award winning sketch show, shot her to stardom. Then she went on to do a bit of intergalactic travel, as you do, as Doctor Who's companion, Donna. And now she's treading the boards of London's West End as a raunchy maths teacher.
Every actress has to start somewhere, and that place might as well be Sun Hill.
DSP is Sun Hill.
WDC Croft.
CID. So what do you want with us?
How very day. I knew her as a child, and there was no Miss Summerson about it then. It was Esther do this and Esther do that, and she was made to do it.
Oh, hello. Sorry to burst in on you like this.
Where do we begin?
Oh, yes, indeed.
So varied, so talented.
So varied.
But you are. Why are you so? Why are you? You're deliberately varied, aren't you?
I make a point of being varied, Eamon. Yes.
Yes. You don't like people putting you in a box.
I don't. No, but they do though.
Yes, but you see, you do that because I know what you get. You know, the Catherine Tate show and maybe Doctor Who and whatever, and you worry about people seeing you maybe as Donna or one of the characters from the sketch show. But why should you worry about that?
No, I don't. I just think. Because I think it's fair to say my profile was raised doing a fairly broad sketch show, that people like to put you in the box of comedian or sort of turn. Do you know what I mean? Whereas because I do, because I am an actor, I just want to be able to do lots of different things, which is why think it's good to mix things up
Yeah.
and do things. Certainly something like Doctor Who, which I couldn't have imagined to have got such a fantastic opportunity.
Well, because you went in doing a Christmas special
Yeah, I
originally,
did,
didn't
yeah.
you? So how did that call happen to say, hey, do you want to do this full time?
Well, the Christmas special came about and I was just delighted. But it was only ever going to be a one-off thing, you know, that was the deal. And then I had a meeting with Julie Gardner, the executive producer, last year, thinking it was about something completely different. And she just said, look, would you like to come back full-time as Donna? And my jaw literally dropped open because it was the furthest thing I would have thought on the radar.
And you were so different and so magnificent in the role, I have to say.
Thank you.
And we should say, if you don't follow Doctor Who, it was very poignant how it all ended because Donna, you know, she was very complicated as well. I'm not going to explain about
I
this
couldn't
for you.
explain it to you, to be honest.
But what happened was Donna, who was played by Catherine here, she was then brought back home and her memory was erased. All her memories of her adventures, and she craved adventure with the Doctor, was gone. Because if she ever remembered the Doctor again, she would die.
Her brain would burn up.
Burn up, that's right.
But there again, anything can happen in Doctor Who, as we know. We had Russell T Davies here not long ago, who I have to say I fell madly in love
he's
with.
lovely, isn't he?
He's
Such
the
a
most...
big teddy bear of a lovely,
But
brilliant.
he's just so full of enthusiasm and joy, and it just made you want to watch everything he ever does. But he said he definitely said there's going to be a Christmas special.
Yes,
now,
I know that.
Officially you've had your memory wiped and you can't come back, but then anything can happen. So could you be on that Christmas special?
I doubt it, to be honest. I doubt it.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Thank you.
But then
It was
you could
fantastic.
come back. See, Donna could come back and she wouldn't have to remember. She could just start all over again.
Start
couldn't
all
she?
over again,
And just
yeah.
in this parallel. Well, anyway, that's another story.
David Tennant is a fantastic Doctor Who.
Oh, isn't
he? He looks very cheeky. Is he cheeky? Does he mess about on set? He looks naughty to me.
Oh, he's not. He's not impish at all in his demeanour. He's a fantastic actor to work with and a wonderful person.
He's doing King Lear or something. No,
He's not
What's he
doing King
What's he
Lear.
doing? He's doing something
Not yet,
harsh
Eamon.
anyway, isn't
Give
What's
him
he
30
doing?
years. He's doing Hamlet.
Hamlet, that's right. That's right. But it's all he's off proving he can be an actor as well. We all know you can do it.
Who needs to prove?
Well, I hope he's going to come and see you because you're treading
He's
the
seen it
boards.
already.
Oh, has he been already?
Yeah.
This is Under the Blue Sky. This is at the
Yeah.
Duke of York Theatre in London. So
Yeah.
tell us about... And you're a teacher, Michelle.
I am a teacher. I'm a teacher in an independent school, a maths teacher. And the play is structured in 3 acts, where you see 2 teachers in each act, couples of sorts. You know, first couple, one wants to be a couple, the second couple. Actually, it's sort of similar in this in the scene I'm in. But it's all about kind of love and unrequited love
And lust,
obsession.
I gather.
And lust,
And
a little
lust.
bit of
And
lust.
you're very
creeps
lusty in this.
Apparently I'm lusty, yes. Yes, there's an element of physicality that comes in.
Is that where your breasts heave like weapons of mass destruction? Is that bit?
That's backstage, Eamon.
She's
That's
heaving.
backstage.
That's a bit of lusting going on
That's
there, I
right.
reckon.
That's Dominic Rowan lusting after my breasts.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, there you are, you know, trying to gain a bit of variety, something different in your life. I don't mean variety isn't variety, actually, you know what I mean? But, and you didn't get off to a great start, did you, in terms of injury?
Oh, my goodness, they had to cancel the first preview because I have the, naturally, I have the coordination of a toddler with an inner ear infection, I think. And I'm wearing these really high-heeled shoes, which in rehearsals have given me no problem whatsoever. And then on the very last dress rehearsal, I got on stage and thought, actually, I better just do this in bare feet. Kicked the shoes off, turned around, fell over the shoes.
No. The very shoes.
The very shoes that I'd taken off in order not to fall over.
And your injury was?
My injury was a damaged tendon in my ankle, and they thought I'd broken the bone in my wrist.
But that didn't stop you?
It did not stop me.
Did you have to
so
go on your flat
lusty was
shoes?
I that I went on with bare feet and a crutch and a brace.
Which just
on my
proves
wrist.
you can be lusty in flat shoes.
No, but
doesn't it?
can you be lusty with a crutch as
Yes,
opposed to a crutch?
you can.
Catherine,
Have
you
you?
can. Yes, you can use it in all sorts of ways.
Can you? Very inventive.
Now, I've got to ask you, you brought your little dog in today. I've got a bit broody.
I did.
Because I'm
I
thinking,
had
we're
to,
thinking
yeah.
of getting a dog.
It's Adopt a Dog Week,
But listen,
do you know that?
are we allowed to say where your doggy came from?
Yes, my doggy came from the loins of one. 2 of Jonathan Ross's dogs mated, kind of accidentally.
But hasn't he got about 104 dogs?
I think he's got about 7 now because he kept 2 of the recent puppies. And a Chihuahua and a Brussels Griffon mated into this most beautiful, cutest dog.
Are you in love?
I am in love. I love her so much, and she is here because she's only a puppy. And
well, it's like being. See, I keep saying to Aim, we're thinking about getting a dog,
Yeah.
and he's a bit like, yes, let's get a puppy. I said, hang on.
Yeah, you have to.
Because who ends up looking after it?
Absolutely, because everyone's on holiday now. My family are in France. So she's coming everywhere with me. But it's good to socialise them, I think, you know. But it's good, but,
You don't carry her around in a posh bag.
I don't
with
carry
her
around
head
in a
sticking
bag.
out.
I think it can't be good for animals, that. It can't be good.
Do dogs eat locusts?
My one would. She'll eat anything.
Yeah.
She's very cute. I think she's over there. We were trying to get a camera, but no, she's not there now. She's hiding. She's
Run
gone
away
camera
somewhere.
shy on us.
Tripped over a pair of shoes.
She has.
over
She's
that
probably sniffing after my magnificent bust.
Well, what are you going to do with your magnificent bust after the 20th of September?
I'm going to put it away.
Because you're there about under the blue sky.
Yeah.
That takes you to the end of September.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then I don't know. For the first time in you know, luckily and happily, it's very nice to be working and busy. But for the first time in about 3 years, I haven't actually taken the next job while I'm doing the current one, just in order to just see what happens. Because obviously, when you are working all the time, you have to turn down a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So I'm just kind of going to just see.
That must be a lovely position to be in,
Yeah,
though,
it's
isn't
very,
it? To be turning work down.
Yeah, and I mean, just because you're not available, and it's not like I've been going, no.
Maybe the options are drawn up. You can't go back to Doctor Who. You don't want to do that sketch show anymore. You're out of a play. I mean, I don't know. I might take the first thing comes along
about
if I were
television
you.
presenting?
Oh.
I can do that.
Keep her
Look
out
out.
of. You wouldn't take the drop in salary. You wouldn't. That wouldn't work for you.
Is that the Carol Vorderman thing?
Well, yeah, 90% down.
Could you do that? Because I met the guy, Marcel Stedman, who made up the format of Countdown. And he's like a really famous radio producer as well.
Yeah.
No, not radio, record producer.
Uh-huh.
He ran Decca Records. And he said that. They asked her to take a 90% role. Is that true? Because I don't read papers.
We don't know.
Well, there's a job going. You could try for that one. What? What with your Doctor Who background and
I'm
you've been
a maths teacher.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Bring it
and
on.
Sexy. She's a sexy maths teacher. There you go. Job sorted.
And the interesting thing about you, for a lot of kids watching as well, you left school, what, 16 or so, didn't you?
No, I left school at 18.
18?
Yeah. But I didn't. But I left before I took my A-levels.
Yes. And did you regret that, or did?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah. Oh no, actually, I think I took my A-levels and then resat, but didn't get good results because I knew I wanted to go to drama college. So I went to drama school. But no, I really regret not going to university. But I would also say, if you are, I have to say that I didn't buckle to the pressure of getting qualifications in order to have something to fall back on. Because often, if you want to do something that is creative, if you have something to fall back on it, you will fall back on it. And I have a lot of friends who are now kind of working in banks and teaching because they had something to fall back
interesting. You never think of it like that, do
on. You know,
That
so you sometimes you do
cop-out
have
in a
to be
way.
brave
Yeah.
and pursue it. But at the same time, I'm not suggesting anyone.
Well, we're
throw
glad.
those
We're
out.
She's
glad
the
you
woman that
didn't
only
fall
uses a
back.
crutch when she falls over her shoes. Not really. That's the only time. Hey, well, that's absolutely fantastic. I only bring that up because exam results are out this week and next week, and a lot of kids are all very interested in what
But
their
there's such a
futures
lot
are
of
gonna
pressure
be.
now on children with these stats and things like that. I think it's just crazy. I really do.
Children, you should be one of the parents.
Well,
That's the other thing. Lovely talking to you,
Thank you, and
Catherine.
you, thank
and come
you.
back and talk to us
I
about whatever
will.
your next project
I
is
will.
after
Thank
If you
September.
want anyone to dog sit,
okay.
put me on the list.
Yes.
Because you'll have plenty of time. You'll be signing on in
I'll be signing on.
October.
Yes, I'll be doing
all
that.
we could talk all day,
Yes.
but we've got to bring the competition down.
Bring
We've
it
got to do
on.
that instead.
Yeah, how would you like to win £5,000 on us?
A fabulous £5,000 could be yours if you can correctly identify the missing word from our cash crossword. This 4-letter word is the surname of the actress who came to fame starring with Jim Carrey in the 1994 film The Mask. There'll be more clues later, but if you fancy the chance to bag £5,000, correctly tell us which 4-letter word in the red boxes completes our cash crossword. Call 09012 93 33 33. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from other networks may be higher, and from mobiles will be considerably more. Text the missing word to 83336. Texts cost £1 plus one standard network rate message. Digital satellite and cable viewers can enter by pressing their red button now, or enter for free at itv.com. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 2 p.m, and calls made after this time won't be counted, but may still be charged. Best of luck.
Right, we will take a short break. When we come back...
Yeah, Dr Chris Steele has got all the latest health news, including a possible new hope for breast cancer victims. That's all in the papers this morning.
And we're talking to the Lord, who's, well, he's putting himself up for auction. The highest bidder will walk away with a couple of Bentleys, an art collection, and the title, Lord of the Manor of Worley. Yeah?
Yes.
Could be you.
Yeah. And also Caroline Fraser and Matthew Subroy, they're here to teach two teenagers how not to overdo it on the hair and makeup, and they'll be answering some of your questions too. So we'll see you after the break.
Tonight's bolognese is extra tasty.
Can I tell everyone?
Of course, Papa.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
For a long time now, Mexico has been ready for a revolution. And now it's here. Discovery is the revolution in Mexican food. It's about discovering two-step cooking using herbs and spices before you add the sauce for rich, deep flavors. Viva la Mexican Revolución! Viva Discovery!
The fiery new Hot Rods box meal. One dangerously spicy hot rod with cool herb sauce, original fillet burger, regular drink, side and fries. Only $4.49.
At Gulliver's, fun, imagination and kids collide.
Aye, Captain! One day I shall be queen. Our only escape is down the rapids!
And because Gulliver's is just for kids, it's a safe family park you'll love to return to.
Kids can be anything!
At Gulliver's theme parks, where family time is fun time. Warrington, Matlock, Bath and Milton Keynes.
Want a new carpet? Want to save 75%? Want it fitted for free? Well, get to United Carpets and Beds' big weekend sale. All these carpets half price and the fittings free when purchasing bronze underlay. For only $3.99, have this fashionable Berber, 75% off and fitted for free. The choice is unbelievable in this place. There's something for everyone. Laminates, half price. Vinyl, half price. Even the beds are half price, so you'd better be quick. Don't miss your chance in the one big weekend sale at United Carpets and Beds.
AvailableCar.com. Want a small car? Under £5,000. With a funky blue interior, we could have just the car. Compare over 2,500 low-price cars at Available Car Castle Donington, at Available Car Sutton in Ashfield, and
If you love quality and style and appreciate a bargain, you'll love the Hopewell sale. Now on.
Don't miss the Boundary Mill Store's fabulous sale. Starts this Friday at Grantham.
There were a load of kids at the bus stop, and I'd slowed down, but maybe he couldn't see and he just backed out. I was badly injured and I had to stay in hospital.
If you had an accident, the National Accident Helpline could help you claim the compensation you deserve, and you'll keep 100% of it because the costs are recovered from the other side.
I got £7,500 compensation, and what's more, they've recited that bus stop.
Find out free if you can make a no-win, no-fee claim. Call 0800 556 557 now.
If you're sorting out your car insurance, why not try the AA team on 0800 107 9070 and get us to do all the work? We'll compare prices from over 20 insurers, and we could save you up to 30%. With a full money-back guarantee if you find a cheaper quote.
Could you save up to 30% by switching to us? Call now on 0800 107 9070 or go to the AA.com. The AA team, here to get you a better deal.
For as long as time itself, man has not been alone. Martin Clunes delves deep into the extraordinary relationship between a man and his dog.
No matter how long the pedigree, no matter how much you paid, you're sharing your home with a wolf.
Martin Clunes, A Man and His Dogs, coming soon to ITV1.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Hello, welcome. Were you dancing to the opening titles there? You were.
Oh, I just had a nervous tremor. That's what happened to me. Yes, you were going to say.
I was going to say. You've been sending your questions into our team of experts all this summer, and today we've got our hairstylist to the stars. He is Matthew Subroy. There he is, and celebrity makeup artist Caroline Fraser. Now they're here to give some answers today. And our first question comes from Alison Taylor in Wiltshire, and it's about her twin teenage daughters, Amber and Jade.
Hi, my name's Alison. These are my twin daughters, Amber and Jade. They're 15 and having trouble with makeup and skin problems. They also would like some advice on their hair, how to do it and things like that, so that's why I contacted the programme. So please, Caroline and Matthew, make their day and help them. Thank you.
There, an emotional plea by Mum there. OK, so here we've got Amber and Jade with us this morning. Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
I like to call you young ladies because this is the age when you want to start trying makeup and using makeup, but it's not easy if you haven't been shown how to do it, is it?
No.
And I know, Amber, you have a few problems with your skin. You get breakouts.
Yes.
So,
just love it.
well, no, listen, we've all been there. It doesn't stop.
Point it out.
It doesn't. Well, no, I have to point it out because that's what you wanted to know, didn't you, yesterday?
Yes. It's just I needed to help cover it all up.
And when you try doing that, what happens?
Well, I didn't get very far because I didn't know how to even start covering up, so I just didn't bother. So
sometimes when you try and cover up as well, you make it look
makes
worse.
It look worse. And I tried once, and my friends goes, Amber, we know you got one. There's no need to. Yeah,
nice friend. Nice friend. Is she watching this morning? Yeah, that's nice.
No, she's away actually.
Is she? OK, so this is a huge problem for most teenage girls, isn't it?
Yeah, and for most people as well,
Yes.
actually. You know, how to hide spots. Whether to use your foundation to hide spots or how to use a concealer. So I'm just going to show you on Amber. We've done Amber's face. We've done it completely, except for this whole little area here. I don't know if you can see. There's just a few sort of little spots there.
Do you mind if I just move your hair back?
Yeah.
Because don't worry, because Matthew's here. I'll come and sort it out for you afterwards. I'll just do that.
So what the best thing to do to make sure that you get a thin base and then you can use a concealer afterwards is to put a little bit of foundation on your skin. And if you use a brush to apply it...
On your hand?
hand, you dip it into the foundation and then you just pop it over the whole area. What it does is it covers the whole area of the skin with a little bit of foundation, not very much. And but it looks like you've got more product on than you have, so you're not making it too heavy. And when you're a teenager, you don't want lots of heavy, thick makeup trying to conceal your spots because then it actually looks worse.
You've got to make sure you're not going darker than your skin tone, I presume, here.
Yes, you've got to find the right foundation. That's really important as well. But if you apply it with a brush, you'll find you apply less product, and then you can, if you've still got a few little spots just showing through, you can just dip a little brush into a bit of concealer. This is a Rimmel concealer, and you can just apply it to the spot and then blend it out. And
so that's the thing I think is then you blend with your finger. So you dot it onto the actual spot itself and then blend it.
And blend it out, and that way...
You don't get that crater look that I normally get putting too much concealer on a spot.
Well, also, because a lot of people, especially young people, I did it myself, because when I was young, I had bad skin. And I used to wear loads of foundation to try and cover the spots, and actually, it's easier to use a concealer.
Draws your eye to it, doesn't it, too much? And then would you powder on top of that?
Yes, you just powder a little bit.
Okay.
So you dip it into some loose powder, a little puff, or the puff that comes with the powder. And what that does, you just apply it to the skin. And what that does is that seals the whole of the product and it keeps it on for the whole day.
Lovely.
So You've got no shininess.
You've actually got lovely skin. It's just a breakout. You've got beautiful skin, actually. It's just the odd one here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to Jade, because we're talking
Katie
eyes.
Melua.
Katie Melua, yes, she does look like Katie Melua. So you said you wear makeup, but you weren't sure about an evening look.
No, I'm not sure what sort of makeup I should wear in the evening and everything, and I just need some tips on what things I could
So a bit of an evening look without looking too heavy, okay.
Because I think when you're a teenager, you want to wear makeup, you want to look like you're wearing lots of makeup, but you want it to be sophisticated but natural at the same time. So it's really important. I think this is a great product. This is some mousse here that we're going to it's just a very light colour of mousse, and we're just going to apply it with a brush in the inner corner of the eye. And what this does is it widens the eye, it'll open the eye. Just going to apply it onto the lid there, and also under the brow. And that'll just give you a lightness. You don't want to apply it to the whole lid, because that can look a bit clown-like.
Well, while you're doing that,
for an
can
idea
we
with
just,
the hair now, because we're going to get in there, Matthew.
I've got long, Matthew, but
okay.
It's just to give them a kind of more smooth look, a kind of more.
Well, absolutely. I think young girls tend to, especially when it's kind of fine and flat, you have to wash it all the time and it goes flat. And I think with Amber, it was just kind of, what can we do? So, and I think the sort of whole straightening thing, everybody was doing that very quickly.
Do you use straighteners?
She did. So one tip I just gave to her is just to sort of put a little bit of product on, nothing too much, and then I actually went back home through this crown area, just literally, which they can do preschool, and it just kind of nice to sort of get that sort of more natural looking hair, and it just looks more fresh as well, but it just gives you a bit of a head shape, because she is wanting to grow her hair back longer.
See
again.
that already, if you always turn you sideways, see already, look at the body you've given that.
Yeah, it just gives a little bit more, because there's a little bit of back combing in there, and it just sort of playful, and it will stay there. You don't want to put too much product on there, but it's great to sort of keep the fullness.
You look so pretty. You're very photogenic. You look gorgeous.
Now,
yes, you see, that's
Jade?
the difference. There's just a bit more body. And then Jade, she's finishing her eyes, but she's got all these beautiful curls.
Well, again, with Jade, it's sort of quite different hair types, but quite curly. So it goes quite curly, quite frizzy. So we've literally put product in there, a bit of mousse, which is brilliant, and actually you've got the old diffuser out, which is an old tool.
I've seen that for a long time.
But, you know, a lot of girls can wear that. It doesn't take long to do, and the great tip is to sort of put the hair in the diffuser and let the hairdryer work.
So you just defined her
Defined
curls.
it, really, yeah, and it just looks much better. And the mousse separates it, so it looks a little bit more trendy, a little bit more youthful, and it's easy to
And those eyes are lovely, so you've got a little sparkle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amber and Jade, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Yeah.
Still don't believe you're twins, but anyway.
And then you're coming back later because we've got our new young mum,
Yes,
Gemma,
big changes.
and you never have time for yourself when you've got a young baby. You're going to show her hair and makeup to do quite quickly.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Lovely.
Caroline, Matthew, thank you very
Thank you,
much.
girls.
Thank you. Right, we're going to take a break there. After that, the Wonder Woman who dedicated her life to help Russian orphans. It's a really touching story.
And have scientists discovered a new treatment for breast cancer? And what help could be around the corner for heart attack victims? Dr. Chris will be here with all the health news a bit later.
Right after this break, don't go away.
Extra vegetables tonight.
Extra! Extra! Smart cow, eh?
What is it about holidays that make you, well, you know, naughtier than usual?
Enjoy some holiday naughtiness with Maltesers, proud partners with Mamma Mia the movie.
Mamma Mia, now I really know. I should not have let you go.
Come on, I've met a couple of cute guys.
That's a great then. Gorgeous.
So light, you'll need new ways to be naughty.
Yes, we all love Clover.
Clover, with only half the saturated fat of butter.
I'm dreaming I could see the sun. We're long gone with time to run.
See how you could save £160. Take Eon's Energy Challenge at eonchallenge.com.
Experience Drayton Manor. Total family entertainment.
Nature is full of secrets to make hair softer, stronger, and more radiant with colour. Discover the nourishing power of the new Timotei shampoos, inspired by nature's secret for healthier looking and more beautiful hair. Timotei, unleash the beauty of nature.
For a long time now, Mexico has been ready for a revolution. And now it's here. Discovery is the revolution in Mexican food. It's about discovering new ideas like crispy taco trays, or discovering quesadillas instead of pizza. Viva la Mexican Revolución. Viva Discovery.
It'll be tough cleaning that lot.
Nah, let's watch the footy, eh?
Down the way.
Half time. Go on, let's get moving. Hang on. I've made a tactical substitution. Flash with Flashguard.
Flashguard is so effective, thousands voted it Product of the Year.
They think it's all over. It isn't now.
Thought you two be watching the football.
Oh, is it on? Come on!
Household Cleaning Product of the Year.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is back with the Celebrity Coronation Street special.
Question number one, that is for 500 quid.
How do you know that?
Not even being a celebrity in the spotlight can prepare you for the hot seat. Fame doesn't make it any easier. Celebrity Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Saturday 8:30 ITV1.
Greg, you know what that means?
Good to see you again. Question is, could a new drug bring new hope for breast cancer victims? It's all in the news today. It's across the front pages of the papers and in your news programmes. Dr. Chris, what do you think?
It's a combination of two drugs. And one of the drugs is a drug that's used for osteoporosis, and the other drug is a chemotherapy drug. And what they found, and goodness knows how they find these things out, the patient's given the chemotherapy drug first of all. That sort of primes the tumour cells, which are more receptive to the osteoporosis drug, which comes in and causes cell death and stops new blood vessels growing into the tumour, so it eventually dies. Now, so far they've done research on mice, and this combination of these two drugs stopped 99.99% of tumour cells. And when they stopped the treatment, the mice were fit and healthy, and the tumour didn't return. So, of course, they're now starting human trials.
Not only is that tremendous news, but what is also very, very good news is that these drugs exist, that we just have to change the order in which that they happen. Yeah. And I heard that they're a 20th cheaper than Herceptin.
That's right, absolutely. So, you know, they're relatively cheap. They're out there already being used for other conditions, so they don't need intensive scientific investigation. So, you know, this is quite dramatic, and it probably is going to be a couple of years before they're finally approved and out there being used clinically.
This is what must be so hard for people who are maybe having chemotherapy for breast cancer at the moment, is that you see headlines like this and think, great, you know, where can I get this? Where do I sign up?
Well, it's always worthwhile asking your GP to ask your local consultant, because he might be involved in part of this trial. So, you know, the step you could take would be to try and get involved in the clinical trial and the research. Maybe.
Okay.
Sounds like good news. OK, not so good news, as far as you think, is that women are getting far too many antidepressants when they're actually suffering from premenstrual syndrome.
Yeah.
So why are doctors handing out kind of antidepressants?
I mean, this has come from an organisation called the National Association for Premenstrual Syndrome, and they're concerned that GPs seem to be handing these happy pills out too readily. Now, to be fair, the Prozacs of this world have been shown to be effective in some cases, but of course the side effects of the antidepressants could be worse than the PMS. Now, it's a fascinating condition, premenstrual syndrome. If you look at women in prison for violent crimes, 67% of the violent crimes are committed in the 1 week before the period, as opposed to only 2% in the 1 week after the period.
I can totally believe that.
Yes.
You get that feeling.
Yeah. Is that right, Eamon?
You do.
Could I just bring up something else that people often mock about, and I'd be interested in your scientific opinion. Do men have a type of PMS? Do they have a menstrual cycle? There's often a theory that they do.
They're just always grumpy.
Well, I mean, obviously you can't have a menstrual cycle, but it
you know
might
be
related to the lunar cycle.
The lunar cycle.
The lunar cycle, yeah. That.
But actually, I mean, just to stay on the premenstrual condition, because there are some simple things you can do to help yourself. For example, having a carbohydrate snack every 3 hours. Now, by that I mean, say, 2 Ryvita, 2 crackers, right, a slice of bread,
bag of crisps, bag of chips.
No,
healthy
carbohydrates.
But if you have your
this
crackers and your Ryvita, if you have 6 of those a day, that's only 200 calories. But actually, that can be remarkably effective in some women. Now,
really?
also,
so
what is it? Is that keeping your sugar level up so that you don't dip?
Yeah,
what
apparently
swings?
It's happening is the carbohydrate actually sensitizes cells called progesterone receptors, so you're more receptive to this hormone, right? That's is causing the problems. Now, so therefore, every 3 hours carbohydrate, every 3 eat me, okay?
Yeah.
If you want to try a herbal treatment, a herb called Agnus castus, which you can get from health food shops, herbalists, has been shown in the British Medical Journal to ease the symptoms. Or if you want to discuss this with your doctor, there's a hormone called progesterone, and trade name's called Cyclogest, and that can be given as a pessary, and that can help women. So in other words, if you've got PMS, for goodness sake,
don't put up with it.
Yeah, don't put up with it.
But you think, there are other things that you should be trying before you get the happy pills, as they're calling them?
Absolutely, and that's why I'm talking about these other treatments. Try these first of all.
Okay.
Could someone get Ruth a couple of slices of toast? Any chance? It's no trouble.
Oh, how she laughed, but
make
you'll
my
get it when he
life
gets
much
home.
easier.
So Eamon, you suffer from PMS, obviously.
My cycle, but we'll talk about that some other time. Diabetes, now, this just seems to be increasingly inevitable for a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's sort of a time bomb there, And, I mean, the experts are saying, diabetes crisis now is one of the biggest health challenges facing the UK. 26,000 deaths a year. You've got about 2.3 million people with it who are diagnosed. There are a missing 1 million people walking around with diabetes out there, and they don't know they've got it.
But then if they don't know they got it, then it's obviously not doing anything awful to them, is it?
It is.
But what's it doing that they're not aware of?
Well, the average diabetic, they're diagnosed, and they've usually had the condition for 7 years. 50% of those patients have got complications. Now, the complications of diabetes are deteriorating vision. It can affect the arteries to the brain, to the heart, arteries to your legs. It can affect, can cause impotence.
So if you think there is some condition you have now which may be linked to diabetes, how do they test for it?
Well, I mean, the best thing is to go and see your GP. I mean, there's a simple dipstick that goes in the urine, but then if that showed sugar in your urine, then you would have a formal blood test to measure your blood sugar levels. And I think it's worth mentioning the symptoms, because we've actually got a list here. Increased thirst, passing urine frequently, especially at night, tiredness, weight loss, then blurred vision.
That rules me out. I thought to myself I was in there, but no.
But this is an interesting one. Recurring infections.
Like what?
Of any sort?
Women who have cystitis, recurring thrush, recurring boils, wounds that don't heal, ulcers that don't heal, could mean that you might well have diabetes.
Interesting. Okay. I just want to finish. We talked about kelp heart attack victims. What's the connection here?
Yeah, again, how do these scientists find these things out? They found that kelp seaweed, when made into a gel and injected into heart muscle that's been damaged by a heart attack, the gel acts as a sort of scaffolding to help the heart muscle cells rebuild and the heart repairs itself. Remarkable. I mean, how did they find that out?
Oh, just get on with it, I say.
It's like a building
block. You hear all
block
these
in
things
a way,
and it takes
then.
forever.
Yeah.
But it's great if it works out, as Ruth said earlier.
Yeah.
Good doctor,
Interesting
thank
stuff.
you.
Thank
Surgery
you.
now closed.
Yes.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
And don't go anywhere. We'll be after the break, after the news. We're talking to Lord Worley because he's selling his cars, his seaside homes, and his title. But what's made him put his life up for auction? How much could it cost you to buy that life? We'll find out at 11:35.
Now, we're also talking royals this morning. Queen Victoria's stockings will feature.
Yes, and Will, yes, it will. And Will and Kate's holiday and trouble in the Trossachs for Prince Charles. Talking about all that to Camilla Tominey. And this morning's salon is open with all your hair and makeup questions. Don't go away, we'll see you after the news.
Oh, hi, Papa. La 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 la. See? I'm extra careful, eh?
Well, moving house can be a stressful experience, but help is at hand with a 60-minute makeover at 12:30. Now, though, the news headlines with Katie Derham.
Good morning. Georgia and Russia have agreed in principle to an EU-brokered peace plan over South Ossetia. French President Nicolas Sarkozy and his Georgian counterpart Mikhail Saakashvili agreed yesterday to a modified version of a 6-point peace plan endorsed by Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. Now, this comes after 5 days of fierce fighting in South Ossetia. Speaking in Brussels, the British Foreign Secretary, David Miliband, said that Russia has not acted responsibly.
The use of force by any side is not the appropriate way to conduct international relations or resolve international disputes in the modern world.
Here, more economic bad news as the Bank of England announced that inflation will hit 5% by the end of the year. The bank's governor, Mervyn King, said he expected growth to be flat and did not rule out a recession. Now, these announcements follow an increase in the unemployment figures by 60,000 between April and June. 1.67 million people are now without jobs. In China, Free Tibet protesters have staged another protest on the sidelines of the Beijing Olympic Games. Chinese security forces arrested 5 Free Tibet campaigners who'd blocked the entrance to the northern Beijing park. Among those arrested was our China correspondent John Ray, who was reporting on the event. That's all for now. More on that, though, in the rest of the day's news at 1:30. Bye-bye.
Hello, you're watching Central News for the East Midlands. Good morning. Scientists at the University of Nottingham have made a breakthrough in the battle to slow or stop the onset of dementia and Parkinson's disease. The researchers have produced a mouse with a similar brain degeneration to that seen in the illnesses. It could lead to more effective drug treatments. The number of people with dementia is forecast to double within a generation. The Nottinghamshire and Lincolnshire Air Ambulance has been grounded due to a fault discovered in the type of helicopter the service uses. Derbyshire, Leicestershire and Rutland Air Ambulance have been asked to provide short-term cover while the helicopters are inspected. The charity flies the Augusta 109, which is the fastest helicopter available outside the military. Supporters of an HIV prevention worker from Nottingham say he faces arrest and imprisonment if he's deported back to Burundi. Amdani Juma was initially granted asylum status, but that has since expired. Now he's fighting for permission to stay in Britain. His bail has been extended until November the 11th, by which time a decision is expected on whether he's allowed to remain here. The number of abandoned vehicles in the East Midlands has fallen by almost 90%, making it one of the most improved areas in the country. A new report shows councils were collecting an average of 800 abandoned vehicles every day in 2003, but the figure fell to 225 last year. The drop is thought to be due to tougher enforcement policies and the increasing price of scrap metal. Well, it's the latest stop on our summer roadshow today, and we're live from the Conkers Discovery Centre at Moira, right on the Derbyshire-Leicestershire border. Well, Louisa James is down there now with the Central Tonight team. So, Louisa, is the great British weather holding up for you?
Well, not really, Lucy, actually. It is raining, but nevertheless, we are still having fun here, aren't we? Yeah! Yes, welcome to Conkers on the third stop of our summer roadshow. As you said, we're on the Derbyshire-Leicestershire border near Moira. We're in the heart of the National Forest. It was created about 16 years ago to provide woodland where there used to be derelict land. And there's loads to do here today. There's lots of children enjoying a day out on their summer holidays. We're going to be here all day finding out a little bit about what's on offer today. Joining me now is the Chief Executive of the Heart of the National Forest Foundation, Mike Valentine. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Tell us a bit about this area. It used to be a former colliery, didn't it? There's been massive changes, haven't there?
Yes, there used to be 3 mines here, and then there was clay extraction around it. And then what happened in the 90s, everything closed. So lots of people lost their jobs, and the whole area was derelict. And what we've done, we've transformed the area into an area where people can come, have a really good time, but also learn, whatever the weather, as you see today, but also learn a bit about the environment, learn about climate change. And we have plans for the future where around here there'll be water sports activities, there'll be a whole network of trails, long distance footpaths across the forest. It's really going to be a wonderful place to be.
Thank you very much for joining us. So don't forget, if you've not got anything on today, why not come down here and see us? There's loads to do. You can have a go at reading the news in our mobile studio. You can meet some of the presenters. And if you come here at 6 o'clock, we'll be broadcasting the show live from here. And you can be in our audience and even see yourself on the television. We'll see you later.
Sounds good. Thanks very much, Louisa. Well, football now, and it's taken 28 games and 9 months, but Derby County manager Paul Jewell has gained his first win in charge of the club. Last night, Championship Derby were a goal down to League Two Lincoln City, but came back to win their Carling Cup first round tie 3-1 in extra time at Pride Park. Dennis Caith reports.
It looked like another disappointment for Derby in front of just 10,000 home fans when Lincoln took the lead 3 minutes after half-time through Ben Wright. But Derby managed to squeeze the match into extra time with a goal just 7 minutes from time. Nathan Ellington just managed to steer the ball over the line. And it was the man they called the Duke, the striker on loan from Watford for the rest of the season, who won the game. He put Derby in front 10 minutes into extra time. And Ellington then completed his hat-trick to put Derby into the second round draw. Derby manager Paul Jewell said, "You can sense the relief all through the club."
I'm sure. Well, let's take a quick look at the weather forecast. Here's Anna.
Central Weather with the BMIBaby.com credit card.
Hello and a very good morning to you. As low pressure remains in charge this week, we've got some more unsettled conditions on the way, although we do have a brief respite on Friday. Before today then, we saw beautiful bright stars across much of the region, but the cloud has already started to bubble up. Now with it this afternoon, we'll start to see some heavy outbreaks of rain, especially there across the southern parts of our region. You can see there across Northamptonshire, but further north it's more of a showery picture with bright spells. Temperatures today reaching a high of 19 Celsius, that's just 66 Fahrenheit, and with the southwesterly winds it could feel quite cool at times. Overnight then, a band of rain is pushing its way north and another is moving its way south. When they meet, we're expecting some persistent heavy rain, so a wet night with cool temperatures down to 11 Celsius. Tomorrow morning then, that rain from the night is still there across the north, whilst the rest is a bright start, but into the afternoon it's more of a showery picture there with bright sunny spells and temperatures a little bit warmer than today, reaching a high of 20 Celsius. Quick look at your outlook, looking pretty good for Friday, but I'm afraid it's very wet across the whole of the weekend. Bye bye.
Central weather with the BMIBaby.com credit card.
Well, that's it for now. James Wright will be joining me here in the studio this evening for Central Tonight at 6 o'clock. And don't forget, we're live for our summer roadshow at the Conkers Discovery Centre at 6 o'clock too. So do join us then. Until then, have a lovely morning. Bye-bye.
The problem with thrush is that it affects you in two ways, internally and externally. So Canesten Duo contains two solutions, a pill to treat the internal infection and a double-strength cream to soothe the external symptoms, leaving you feeling yourself again. Canesten Duo. Cools and clears.
That time of the month again, new Feminax Ultra with naproxen is now available without prescription, offering long-lasting relief from period pain and cramps. Just ask your pharmacist.
This week in OK, world exclusive. Big Brothers Dale and Jen talk only to OK about their romance and their first night together. OK, 3 magazines for the price of 1. Out now.
Free limited edition Coca-Cola can glasses at McDonald's. One free with every large meal or premium salad. Collect all 6, if you can.
In the time it takes to run this commercial, you could call Optical Express and we could help you transform your life. From only £395 per eye, you could enjoy laser vision correction from one of the leading eye care specialists in Europe. Our expert ophthalmic surgeons have a combined experience of over 500,000 procedures. For your free information pack or to arrange a free consultation, call Optical Express. Laser vision correction from only £395 per eye. Call 08702 20 20 20 now.
This is the amazing new album from The Script, Ireland's hottest new band. The excellent debut album from The Script, out now.
Hello, little man. Yeah, I'm your dad, yeah? And that's the big wide world. Yeah. Me and Mummy, we're gonna keep you safe.
With our help, your children can have the future they deserve. The Children's Mutual, home of the Child Trust Fund.
Tuba! Mi super fantasia del travo! Al forte più versaigi!
LittleWoodsDirect.com, bringing style to your door.
You're lovely to me, yes you are. We've traveled together, we've traveled so far. Your tongue it is wise and there's love in your eyes, deep and blue. You're lovely to me.
Kingsmill great every day. Deliciously soft bread every day. Love bread, love Kingsmill.
Well, could there be treasure in Troon? Later, David Dickinson's on a mission to find out at 2 this afternoon, looking for the real deal here after there's a lordship up for grabs on This Morning.
Extra careful, Pa. I'll show him extra. Extra veggies, anyone?
Nice to see you again. We're back and we're live with you until 12:30. After that, we're recorded. No, we're not. No, we're off air at 12:30, really.
Yeah, now, coming up in just a moment, fancy becoming a lord? Well, do you? Well, auctioning his life and all his belongings. That is Lord Worley. Now, he is open for offers, but why is he selling everything up? And how much will it cost you to join the gentry? We'll find out in just a few moments.
Are you struggling with your hairstyle? Is your makeup making you mad? Well, the celebrity stylist Matthew Subroy and makeup artist Caroline Fraser, they're here to answer your cries for help. What's coming up later, Caroline and Matthew? What are you going to be doing?
Well, we're going to sort of see young mums going to do big makeovers, big changes to sort of make life a little bit easier, and then we're going to look at older women and what we can do, top tips.
Yeah, we're going to show you how to do makeup very quickly in half the time for mums who haven't got much time.
So, all in all, some yummy mummies in store.
Well, she's hoping to be a yummy mummy. She doesn't feel like one at the moment. That's the problem. Now then, a Caribbean island, the run of a £5 million mansion and a private gig with the Rolling Stones. Not a bad holiday, is it, for Prince William and Kate? And is it another sign of an imminent engagement? That is the question. Well, we know a yummy mummy-to-be, Camilla. She'll know. Hello, yummy mummy.
Morning. I know everyone keeps on going on about this engagement. Sadly, there were photographs of them on holiday, but none with William on bended knee. So we'll have to discuss the implications of this romantic break, but it does look like all the signs are pointing towards an engagement at some point in the future. When, who knows?
Yeah, about 2017.
Gives us lots to talk about every week, though, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Also this morning, we're going to be taking a look at the work of a woman who dedicates her life to helping children in Russian orphanages.
Yeah, she's a wonder woman, Sarah Settleton. At 11:45, we were finding out about her work.
OK, that's what we've got. Here's how it lines up.
You just saw there, his whole life is up for sale, including his title, and you might be able to buy it if you get an extra £5,000.
Say £5,000 cash, see where it gets you. Here we go.
Fancy being £5,000 richer this year? Well, you could, by correctly telling us the 4-letter word that completes our cash crossword. This word is the surname of the actress who voices Princess Fiona in the Shrek films. Remember, she also starred in The Mask. So who could it be? More clues to come. If you fancy the chance of winning £5,000, then correctly tell us which 4-letter word in the red boxes completes our cash crossword. Call 09012 93 33 33. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from other networks may be higher, and from mobiles will be considerably more. Text the missing word to 83336. Texts cost £1 plus one standard network rate message. Digital satellite and cable viewers can enter by pressing their red button now, or enter for free at itv.com. Entrants must be 18 or over. Lines close at 2 p.m, and calls made after this time won't be counted, but may still be charged. Best of luck.
Thank you, Alison. Now, how do you fancy joining the upper classes? Do you like the idea of hobnobbing with the aristocracy over a game of croquet?
Well, this man beside me now is auctioning off his expensive cards, his very expensive cards, his property, his art collection, along with his title, and that title is...
The Lord of Worley. The Lord of the Manor of Worley.
It has a very good ring to it. And when that is stripped from him and sold off, you will be playing...
David Piper.
David Piper. OK, well, for the moment, you should enjoy being called Lord Worley. When and how is all this going to happen?
Well, I've put a collection of items that are 3 main properties plus 3 other flats actually on an auction site, together with the title, together with some farmland, which the title should attach to, a brace of Bentleys, and I suppose there's several braces of pheasants on the farmland because they can.
How many is a brace? How many is a brace of Bentleys?
In posh language, that's it.
But not the brace of golden retrievers. And there's some various books and various other items, especially a large collection of paintings, contemporary paintings, and that auction site has been up and running for on and off for the last week or seven.
Yeah. You've got all this on eBay, but how much are you hoping? I mean, usually people, bid 20, 30, 40, maybe a couple of £100 for things. What are you hoping to accumulate here?
Well, there have been bids of up to £4 million. In fact, there were some false bids, which were 6 million, then 9 million and 10 million. And yesterday, the auction site finally agreed to take these bids off because they clearly had no substance. But the whole collection of properties and the cars and everything else was valued last November between £5 and £6 million. Now, quite what one would get. One always expects a discount.
What would you take for cash?
Well, obviously the whole thing has to go through solicitors, but one would expect to get something in the order of £3 to £4 million for it.
But then most people, when they go onto eBay, they're looking for a bargain, as we know. Would you not? But also, people might say, "Oh, I'd like a brace of Bentleys, but I don't want that seafront hotel." Would you not be better off selling everything individually?
Well, some people have actually approached me, and actually there are people who specifically do want that seafront hotel, but they don't specifically want anything else. There are people who want the title, but they actually don't want any of the other bits and pieces. There is some gentleman who has approached a solicitor from
So why don't you just sell them, advertise them all separately to the people that want them?
Well, the question of time. One could well be here this time next year still trying to sell things, and I want to move up to London.
And time is important to you. Yeah, but that's the whole reason why you want to do this. It's health matters we're talking about here. And what is your illness?
Well, I was diagnosed in January last year, in 2007, with prostate cancer. But unfortunately, in 2002, I had a gallbladder operation which went wrong, and within 4 hours they told me I had an anaesthetic incident, which actually really turned out to be a coronary, and I ended up in the ITU of the local hospital in Plymouth, where I had yet another coronary. But they only really agreed that that's what happened in January of last year as well. And they said, well, the conventional treatment you should have for your prostate cancer, we can't give you because we cannot give you we do not want to chance giving you a general anaesthetic.
So there would be surgery involved, and they don't want to run that risk of putting you under the anaesthetic again. Yeah.
So I said, I'd read, in fact I think I read it in the Times, that there was some kind of robotic or alternative form of surgery. And eventually I found out that somebody did something along these lines in Nice. So I bothered to go down in May last year to see a professor in Nice. And he wanted to do what is called HIFU, that's high-intensity focused ultrasound. And then they came back and explained to the oncologists in Devon. They said, oh, that can be done in London. So they sent me up to somebody in London. So February this year, both of the operations, either in Nice or in London, was
So ideally, you want to be in London so that if you start this treatment, you can be here and you're not going backwards and forwards to Plymouth. And so you want the ease of getting rid of everything in a job lot.
That's exactly it.
But there's a sadness associated with that, of course, as well, because it's one thing, we come on here and say, oh, how do you fancy buying a title and whatever, but it's sickness and ill health that's really forcing you to do this.
Well, it is, because the title and all those other possessions are of no particular use. I haven't been able to work for at least 2 years. I wanted to reopen the hotel last year. It had a lot of other problems to do with malodours and things, which were eventually cured from the sewage things in the road. They eventually relined all the sewers and everything was sort of ready to go, and then I was told, well, your cancer's advanced now. You can't have the treatment that you wanted to have. You have to have something else. It's
interesting, isn't it? Because we all become materialistic. We all want things. Is this going to be hard for you to lose all these things, or now that it's a health issue, do you know what, there are any things?
Well, it is a question. They are only things, but there's an awful lot of only things. The companies have got all kinds of things that are stored up, and the family trust have got all these paintings. Well, I haven't got enough wall space to hang all these.
Real safety on the on that, and we'll be back straight after this.
Tonight's bolognese is extra tasty.
Can I tell everyone?
Of course, Papa.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Clover, with only half the saturated fat of butter.
The problem with thrush is that it affects you in two ways, internally and externally. So Canesten Duo contains two solutions, a pill to treat the internal infection and a double-strength cream to soothe the external symptoms, leaving you feeling yourself again. Canesten Duo. Cools and clears.
That time of the month again, new Feminax Ultra with naproxen is now available without prescription, offering long-lasting relief from period pain and cramps. Just ask your pharmacist.
Wow, said Goldilocks when she saw the three bears' beds. I think I'll go to sleep. Then she found the bed that felt just right, and she fell asleep for the whole night.
The whole night in one nappy can be a challenge for baby's skin. That's why there's Baby Guard Balm with aloe and Pampers Baby Dry for up to 12-hour skin protection. Baby Guard Balm, only from Pampers, inspired by babies.
Sometimes soap and water aren't around, but Cuticura hand hygiene gel kills 99.99% of bacteria. Cuticura, it's like having a wash basin wherever you go.
8 out of 10 women have damaged hair. New Dove Therapy System can repair the appearance of damaged hair. Its unique formulation contains a precious repairing serum to bring out the beauty of your hair every morning. New Dove Therapy System. Good morning, beautiful hair.
At Available Car, when we say choice, we mean big choice. Over 500 diesels, over 500 small cars. Over 600 medium cars, over 900 large cars. MPVs, estates, 4x4s, everything. But don't just take our word for it, see for yourself. Big choice at Available Car Castle Donington. Big choice at Available Cars Sutton in Ashfield. And big choice at availablecar.com. Over 2,000 cars, over 2,000 choices. At your local low-price used car supermarket.
My dentist told me that most adults will, at some point, have some form of gum problem. And he said healthy gums are critical for healthy teeth. I decided to use Colgate Total.
Colgate Total is clinically proven to deliver 12 hours of antibacterial protection for teeth and gums. Its unique patented formula provides protection against cavities, plaque and gum problems, even between brushings.
Ask your dentist about healthy gums.
Colgate Total, 12-hour antibacterial protection for teeth and gums.
Everybody, welcome to this tug of war. Boys versus girls. For this packed lunch, let the game begin. Ladies size 16 and above deserve to look as gorgeous as everybody else.
These ladies love fashion, but fashion doesn't love them.
These retailers need educating.
We're on a mission.
Challenging the high street, Trini and Susanna undress the nation, tonight at 9, ITV1.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Tuesday morning. Very nice to see you again between now and 12:30. Well, as he competes against 7 other celebrities desperate to be crowned Maestro Champion 2008, we find out if Alex James really has what it takes to become a conductor. And I'm not talking about being involved on a bus here.
No.
That
conductor.
one. Yes.
Yeah, it looks really hard, doesn't it?
I
Very
would
difficult.
imagine. And they've got to play at the proms and
Yes,
things. At
BBC
the Royal
Orchestra,
Albert
all
Hall
that,
and
yeah.
all sorts of serious stuff.
We're talking to him about that in a bit later. Also, this morning, our stylists Wendy and Faye are coming back to prove that you don't have to break the bank to get that celebrity look for you and your man this summer.
Yes.
There they are.
We'll certainly
Babes
be paying
they are.
attention to that one. But first, you fancy getting your hands on an extra £500 to do whatever you'd like with? Well, take a look at this.
How would a fabulous £5,000 brighten up your summer? It could be yours if you can correctly identify the 5-letter word missing from our cash crossword. It's the surname of a Hollywood star who has won 2 Oscars to date. Remember, he also starred in Forrest Gump and is the voice of Sheriff Woody in Toy Story. Your last clue coming. If you fancy the chance of winning £5,000, correctly tell us. Which 5-letter word in the red boxes completes the cash crossword? Call 09012 93 33 33. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from other networks may be higher, and from mobiles will be considerably more. Text the missing word to 83336. Texts cost £1 plus one standard network rate message. Digital satellite and cable viewers can enter by pressing their red button now, or enter for free at itv.com. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 2 p.m, and calls made after this time won't be counted, but may still be charged. Best of luck.
Now, you're looking out the window and saying, this weather. Well, if the weather is getting you down, I think we might just have something to put the smile back on your face.
Now, picture yourself spending lazy afternoons in the sun, sipping Chianti, pottering about in all the local markets. And, of course, there's lots to keep the kids happy too while you're sipping your Chianti. Well, it is the perfect Italian getaway.
No one wants to travel thousands of miles from home just to argue over what to do on your holiday when you arrive. So how about creating a trip that makes everyone happy? No package deals you're tied to, no pre-booked activities, and no overbooked resorts. Just a cheap flight, a hire car, a villa, and plenty of activities, all hand-picked and booked by you.
This holiday is what dreams are made of. Surrounded by lush green countryside and snow-capped mountains, this little gem is waiting to be uncovered. Let your Italian love affair become a family one as you begin your holiday in Le Marche, your own little pizza Italy. Sorry, couldn't resist that one.
The family will experience real life in the region as they see Le Marche through the eyes of the locals. Set on the central east seaboard of Italy and almost untouched by tourism, the area is reached by Ryanair, ticking the first box of your handcrafted holiday.
The Italians are big on tradition, so make yourself welcome and become part of the family. Chin chin. Chin chin. You'll really need to hire a car to explore the region with the family. It's the best way to take in the breathtaking scenery and enjoy your holiday at your own pace.
Another box ticked, giving you the freedom to explore Le Marche with the kids. It's about a 90-minute drive from the airport, so enough time to practice those Italian driving skills. Now you're moving forward in the right gear, all you need is a place to stay. How about renting a traditional Italian villa? Sure to have a room or two with a view. Ticking the third box of your trip. This villa is fantastic. The kids can wake up to the sounds of nature, and there's everything you could ever need for the Bambinos. These villas have it all. They look out for families and supply everything you could wish for when holidaying this way. I met up with UK family Pete, Vari and Emily, who are currently holidaying in the region.
Hey Pete.
Hello Steve, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. So this place is great. This place is just so lovely. Why did you choose Italy as your destination?
Well, we always come to Italy anyway, and this place is just, it's just so user-friendly for us, really, because they had everything here, And when you're going on holiday with a little one, it just makes life so much easier if you don't have to carry everything with you.
With my little daughter Daisy, there's like bottles and nappies and, cream and just everything that you have to bring. So do you have to, is that completely knocked out? You don't need to do that?
No stairgates, bath mats are here, plastic plates, cups. You can arrange to have nappies, milk, wipes, everything delivered before you arrive. You can ask for your first meal to be here when you get here. So it really takes everything out of the horrible travelling process. The travel cot was here, all the bed linen. So it was just perfect. Bath toys, you have to pay extra to bring your travel cot. So we've just literally brought a pushchair and a handful of books for Emily, and that's it.
As well as the most stylish, Italians are one of the healthiest nations in the world, so a must for any visitor is to try the food.
If you want the real taste of Italy, then forget the supermarket and head here for some very fresh produce. Tasty pecorino cheese. There's so much stuff here. Pickles, locally made sauces by the dozen, and my favourite, tomatoes, local and beautiful tasting, the perfect accompaniment to any pasta.
When the moon hits
Oven time. Here we go, just right that way.
Okay.
L'Antico Gusto is an organic farm run by Stephanie and family. They offer visitors the chance to experience real Italy, whether the children want to play outside, see the animals, or watch their dinner made from scratch, this is the ideal place to stock up on meats, pasta and homemade bread. And if the kids ask nicely, they might even let them have a go.
Stefania is now going to show me how to make my favourite thing. It's my favourite kind of pasta, tagliatelle. Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go. Egg breaking. Yeah.
Perfetto.
Perfect. In some parts of Italy, they don't use eggs in their pasta, but in this region, they do, and I think it makes it taste better. Pasta pronto, or here's some she made earlier. Right. So we cut through the pasta. Yep. Oh, now we use the machine. Stefania told me that they used to do this by hand, but now, with the power of machine, it's much quicker and you can make more pasta. And you reset it to make it even...
Più fina.
Okay. Oh yeah, look, it's coming out really long.
Tagliamo. Speriamo di non fare la figura di
So now just cut it in half and then sprinkle a bit of flour on.
farina.
Back to the machine, and now... I love this, it's like a paper shredder. That's it, there you go, tagliatelle, yeah?
Tagliatelle.
Yes, look at that, fantastic. Perfecto.
Buoni.
Oh, lovely, that's brilliant. And that is what you call fresh. Grazie.
Prego.
Tiny taste buds will be impressed. What could be better than a menu full of pizzas, pasta and ice cream?
That was well worth the effort. Perfecto.
The bonus of having a car is that you can easily check out the surrounding area. Head to the amazing Frasassi Caves, about a 1.5 hour drive from Les Marques. Discovered just 33 years ago, the caves make for breathtaking viewing.
Bring your kids on this incredible journey to what feels like the centre of the earth, and let their imaginations run wild as they explore a labyrinth of stalactites and stalagmites frozen in time.
It's a constant 14 degrees down here, so remember to wrap up warm.
As you walk through, you'll notice that things start coming to life. This is known as the Witch's Castle. The kids are going to be spellbound. Look, they've even got a couple of camels down here. That one's got the right hump.
The caves are open between February and November, and a ticket will set you back about €40 for the family. It really is well worth it, and a great way to get out of the heat in the summer months. It's a great feeling having complete control over your holiday, whether the kids are playing at the villa, learning about local cuisine, or letting their imaginations come to life. This holiday offers all you could need away from the usual tourist hotspots.
You'll fall in love with this place and leave with special memories, fantastic food, a warm welcome and tranquility. The perfect family holiday. And as the locals say, buona feste. Happy holidays.
He picked up the lingo while he's there, look.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm feeling quite hungry now after seeing all that lovely food. Love Italian food. Nice.
Good.
What?
The Witch's Castle. Lovely.
Lost me. Anyway, we're
Get your
moving on
picture
to
taken there.
a rock star we're going to be talking to
yes.
next. Yes, but hopefully he's trying to become a musical maestro. Alex James, who used to be the bassist in Blur, he's going to have a battle with a baton on his hands.
He certainly is. Very talented man, Alex. Going to be talking to him shortly. And then Wendy and Faye, they're going to show you how to get the celebrity look, the look you see in magazines, for obviously much less money right after this.
Yes, Papa, we know. Extra, extra.
Read all about it!
Sensational prices on fresh fruit and veg at Aldi. Courgettes 69p, large vine tomatoes 69p, little gem lettuce 69p, nectarines 69p, lemons and limes 69p, and runner beans just 69p. Fresh fruit and veg at 69p and not a bean more. Aldi. Spend a little, live a lot.
Look Magazine, Britain's best-selling fashion weekly.
This is the stunning new album from Jane McDonald. From The Cruise on BBC to co-hosting Loose Women, the sensational voice of Jane McDonald. includes the single Doctor's Orders. Her new album, Jay, is her finest yet.
Wow, that would be lovely. Have you tasted this?
It's delicious.
Oh, I just love my food to have a real taste to it.
I just want it, unmessed with.
Oh, that's delicious.
You really don't need to complicate good food.
Can I help you to some more?
Sure.
At the heart of Hellmann's real mayonnaise are free-range eggs, vinegar, and oil naturally rich in omega-3. Hellmann's, it's time for real food.
For as long as time itself, man has not been alone. Martin Clunes delves deep into the extraordinary relationship between a man and his dog.
No matter how long the pedigree, no matter how much you paid, you're sharing your home with a wolf.
Martin Clunes, A Man and His Dogs, coming soon to ITV1.
Extra vegetables tonight.
Extra. Extra.
Smart cow, eh?
Right, in the next section of the programme, we've got Alex James from Blur. He's raising the baton in a bid to lead the prom in the park. But does he really know his A sharp from his E flat? We'll find out in just a minute.
Well, he's got his baton behind his ear, look. And stylists Wendy and Faye prove it really is possible to get that celebrity look on a high street budget. They're doing that at about £12.15.
But now's your final chance to bag yourself an extra £5,000 to splash out during the summer.
How handy would an extra £5,000 be? It could be yours if you can correctly identify the missing 5-letter word that completes the cash crossword. This word is a surname of an actor who starred in the film version of The Da Vinci Code in 2006. And remember, he also starred in the films Forrest Gump, voiced Sheriff Woody in Toy Story, plus he's won 2 Oscars. Got the answer? Well, if you do and you fancy the chance of bagging the cash, correctly tell us which 5-letter word in the red boxes completes the cash crossword. Call 09012 93 33 33. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from other networks may be higher, and from mobiles will be considerably more. Text the missing word to 83336. Texts cost £1 plus 1 standard network rate message. Digital satellite and cable viewers can enter by pressing their red button now, or enter for free at itv.com. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 2 p.m, and calls made after this time won't be counted, but may still be charged. Best of luck.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Now, last time he was on the show, Blur's Alex James was showing off his newfound love of cooking.
It's pasta with mushrooms and artichokes. Don't be scared of artichokes. I mean, they are a bit scary. But it's quite a fiddle, actually.
Yeah.
Just give it a little squish of lemon at this stage. That takes all the bitterness out of it. And you sort of finish off cooking your pasta with a little bit of pasta water.
Yeah.
In with all your goodies.
What a great supper.
You got to say, is there any end to this man's talent? Because now what he's doing is he's training to become a conductor, and it sort of doesn't. And it's not a bus conductor. Hopefully, performing at the proms in the park. An audience there, Alex, of about 30,000. Have a look at this. Yeah, have a look. Here we go.
The main bit of the bar is always down.
Yeah.
And then 2 is kind of on the same line as the 1, but a bit higher, so they know that 1 and 2 are different.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it looks like 1, 2, 1. It all looks the same. So you go 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. The faster the beat, the smaller the movements need to be, because you can't do 1, 2, 1. It has to be 1, 2. And you see, I'm only really using that.
You want them to make them go faster. It's encouraging. Just go.
Yeah, that's right. Please play. But it's not going to work.
Faster.
So into this is we're going to have him surgically removed from his baton, which is up there. Actually, you would have thought when you're a kid and you look at orchestras and things.